Hello, my friends. Guess what? Day 21 of Kegel Camp, and we're going hiking today. So let's go ahead. You're gonna notice that as we go through the last 10 days of camp, we're gonna be adding in more balance challenges, a little more impact, and also some weights. Our first move is gonna be as if we were doing some hiking and really having to step up onto some roots, maybe some rocks, doing some clambering, meanwhile protecting our pelvic floor. So that's what we're gonna work on first. Just a reminder, if you are just joining me today, please go back to day 1. This program builds upon itself. And if you're noticing any soreness or discomfort, pause, stop, check the video notes for links and resources. All right, if you're good, let's get right to it. The first move, I'm gonna show you, you do not have to do this, but you can have something to step up onto, like a step, literally a step, or this is actually 2 yoga blocks side by side, and these are very firm cork blocks. For this exercise, you do not want squishy foam blocks, you want firm, whatever it is that you're stepping up onto. But I'm gonna show you first without anything to step onto. What I want you to do is, again, we're pretending like we're stepping onto something and we're having to get up to the next level. So like we're stepping up onto a root and then up to the next level. Or we're stepping upstairs or clambering up rocks. So as we're doing this, I want you as an exercise to practice. Get this into your muscle memory, that when you're going up something, you want to engage your pelvic floor and exhale. So let's go ahead and just do a practice one. You're gonna engage your pelvic floor as you begin the step. So right now we're just gonna go really slow. So step, lift your pelvic floor, pull in the low abs, and exhale as you, with strength and explosiveness, bring this right leg up. Okay, I'm gonna show you now actually stepping up onto something. So if you're at home, please practice this and just kind of listen as I go, but do it on your own speed, on your own count. We're gonna do maybe 5 to 6 times. We're gonna step up with one leg and then switch legs. So I'm stepping up. Go slow. Lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, and exhale as we bring this right leg up and down. Again, step up. Lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, and exhale and down. 3 more times. Step up. Lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, and exhale. I know this doesn't feel like much probably, but this is preparing you. Pull it in, exhale. It's getting it into your muscle memory and making it just reflexive, that you automatically engage your core and exhale at the right times when you're doing tasks that require a little bit more core control. Last time. Okay, let it go, shake it all out, and just switch legs so that we're even. Okay, now I'm stepping up with the other side. So lift the pelvic floor, pull in the low abs, and keep going, release. Step up, lift the pelvic floor, pull in the abs, and release. Keep going on your own, maybe 3 more. Remember that if you do not have something to step up onto, you can just practice, you can just pretend, use your imagination, step forward, lift your pelvic floor, and lift your left leg. Come on down. You're probably finishing up. Let's all do the last one together. So stepping, lift the pelvic floor, pull in the low abs, and come up. All right, move everything out of the way. If you had a stair or a step or anything in the way, move it out of the way so you don't trip. And now we're gonna do a step, a squat, nice wide squat to the side. Look at my back is very straight. I'm not hunchy like this. So it's a step to the side, and then with control, lift your pelvic floor and come together. Now the other way and come together. Step, you're lifted through the pelvic floor, you're using your inner thighs, and you exhale. Now step, my shirt just came undone, and exhale. Oh well, shirt's down. Step and exhale. Keep going. I like to lift my shirt up just so I can show you guys my core, how everything is really pulled in and engaged and strong. And at home, I want you to make sure that's happening for you too. that you're really engaged this whole time. I'm sure you've done this exercise before, but you might have just kind of gone through the motions without really thinking about your breathing and your engagement of your core. I want you to finish up really thinking about that exhale on exertion and feel those inner thighs lighting up and the pelvic floor lifting as you're really sitting back and doing this move. One more each direction. We're working the hips, the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, and then let it go. Totally release and relax. Shake it out. Okay, so getting our Kegels in a very functional way still, we're gonna do 2 bounces holding a Kegel. So it looks like this. You do a Kegel, so squeeze and lift your pelvic floor, nice and engaged, and then bounce, bounce, and then release. Do it on your own time, on your own count. I'm gonna talk you through it, but if you're on your own pace, that's totally okay. So be sure that you let it go. Take it easy on yourself. We're really progressing pretty fast. We've gone from lying down on our back to standing up and bouncing and bringing some impact in. So if this is ever too much for you, go back a couple of days or even a couple of weeks. That is okay. If you're ready though, lift your pelvic floor, do your Kegel, hold it, nice and engaged through the core and the pelvic floor is lifted. Bounce, bounce, and then let it go. Shake it out. If you're totally good with this and you want more, make your bounces higher. Do more of them. But if you're not quite there yet, if you're just working on this, let's just do 1 more. So lift your pelvic floor, hold it. Inside pelvic floor muscles lifted around the urethra, the vagina if you're a female, the anus, lifted, lifted, and hold it. Bounce, bounce, and then fully release. Nice job. Our last move is an endurance Kegel, and working on coordination and working on function, we're going to grab our weights. So if you remember from the day when we did our functional moves, our lifts, our transitions, then I want you to do that now. Come down to your weights, bring them close. You want to bring them to your body, lift your pelvic floor, and exhale to come up to stand. You've got to think about protecting your pelvic floor and your back if you want to be healthy for life. So it's really important. Shake it all out. Now that you're holding the weights and they're close to your body, you don't have to be all clenched up and tight. Let it go. But now we're going to go ahead and do some biceps curls, really standard, typical gym exercise. I want you to do this standing with your knees softly bent so they're not locked out. Softly bent through the knees, lifted through the pelvic floor gently. Pulled in through the low abs. Of course, I'm using very light weights, and I'd like for you to use light weights as well. You're going to exhale and then release. What I want you to do is feel that as you do the work part of the move. Now, both parts of the move are work. You've got the concentric contraction and the eccentric lengthening contraction as well. But this part, I think we can all agree, is more the part where you might feel that desire to kind of strain, especially if you were using heavy weights and maybe go, ah! Like that. We don't want that to happen. That's why what we're doing is we're lifting the pelvic floor and exhaling as we come up. Okay? So keep going. Your pelvic floor has been working this whole time. So keep going. Let's do 3 more. Exhaling each time you lift. And your pelvic floor is gently engaged the whole time, but you're feeling it turn maybe a little extra on when you exhale. Because when you exhale, your breathing diaphragm lifts and your pelvic floor lifts as well. Plus your low abs pull in. So it's like everything lifts as you exhale. So finish up, release the weights, shake out the legs, and carefully let's use our pelvic floor and our core and our breath to transition the weights to down on the ground. So carefully we put the weights down and then we exhale to stand. Oh my gosh, so much brain work, but you guys rocked it. Go ahead and let go. Blossom your sitting bones apart. Breathe down into your belly, your pelvic floor. Let everything relax. When you think you've relaxed all the way, let it relax a little bit more. And if you need to lie down on your back and do a couple of stretches to kind of open everything up, go for it. definitely come back tomorrow for more Kegel Camp. Check the video notes for all sorts of resources and links, and until next time, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter.